Morning Quarterback. They'll break down Friday night's game, get you all the information that you need to know, and look forward to the next contest the following Friday. It's the Saturday Morning Quarterback with Bob Hayes here on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. All right, it's 7:45. I have the pleasure of welcoming into the WPKY studios for just a quick update on the Eclipse and the planning. Joey McCaslin, Emergency Management Coordinator for Caldwell County. How are you, sir?
Fine, Ty. How are you today?
Awesome. I'm just awesome. It's Friday. We got a big football game tonight. And, my commute into work wasn't bad.
Right.
I mean, everything looks, so I don't want to jinx, don't jinx us. But, tell us what you have on your list there and what are things that you're working on today and as we move toward the eclipse.
Well, the weekend is here, the big eclipse weekend. Everybody just needs to try to enjoy it, try to keep a cool head, do some pre-planning on when you travel. Just like this morning, we all know how school traffic is in the mornings, but there was a car that had some problems on the bridge over I-69, and that backed traffic up for a few minutes, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, that can happen any day of the week.
So everybody just needs to try to pre-plan. Make sure you have eye protection. We don't want anybody to damage your eyes. Make sure you stay hydrated. It's going to be hot. It's going to be real hot all weekend. The humidity's going to be up. And when I say hydrate, you don't need to be drinking soft drinks. You need to be drinking water. You need to drink something that's going to hydrate you. So you need to try to start planning on hydrating yourself. Plan out your travel. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of people in here that'll be going to the restaurants in Princeton to eat. If you're one that eats out a lot on Friday night and on the weekends, you may have to adjust where you go to eat or the time you go eat. I heard this morning on your show that Breezy Hill already has 90 reservations for Monday.
Yeah.
So if you just think you can just pop in out there, you may not be able to get to eat. So you need to planning. Plan where you're going to view it. I'll talk a little bit more in a minute about trespassing. The sheriff and I had a couple of long conversations. Stan Hudson and I have talked about this viewing and trespassing. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. You need to make sure you keep your fuel tank fairly well filled up. Not that we're going to run out, but if you get caught in traffic someplace, you may run out of fuel.
Right.
The fuel stations, I've checked with some of them yesterday. They're not seeing a big influx yet, but it's Friday, so we may start seeing some. I heard yesterday all the bread's already gone off the shelves. I went to 3 different stores yesterday afternoon at 7 o'clock, and they were fully stocked.
Yeah, I saw that.
I talked to some of them, and they are having deliveries tomorrow even. So everybody, I think, is pre-planned in the grocery business and in the fuel business to try to make sure they have adequate fuel and groceries on hand. You need to look at this like it's a weather warning. When we put out a weather warning, make sure you got your bread, your milk, and et cetera, and you need to be prepared to stay in 3 or 4 days. We're not saying you have to stay in. We're just saying make sure you've got supplies. The infrastructure of the city and the county, the water, the electric, everything should be okay. But you never know. Just like yesterday afternoon, they had a sinkhole pop up on I-24 around the Clarksville exit 4, and that gridlocked I-24 for a while. I just checked with the state EOC this morning. They're showing that there is no problem on I-24 even down in Tennessee right now. So evidently they've got that straightened out. Hopefully, but we don't know if another one's going to pop up someplace. So you just have to pre-plan and make sure that we respect everybody's property. If you're going to go out here and view something, you need to plan ahead and not just leave here at 12 o'clock or 12:30 thinking you're going to drive out and find a spot, because that's going to gridlock the roads. Plus, you may get out there and find that there's no place for you to park. You're just going to add, so you need to pre-plan where you're going to try to go view it. Please do not trespass. They will have a small area at the airport that's available. I talked with Lloyd Murdoch yesterday. They're planning on about 40 planes coming in. The parking lot for the cars, they can only hold.
I got to stop you. 40 planes into our airport?
Yes.
Really?
They're planning on about 40 planes. They've got like 60 or 70 planes already going into Hopkinsville, and they're paying $150 per plane landing fee. our airport is not charging any landing
Maybe I
fee.
should have got a plane counter instead of a car counter. I want it out of here.
Yeah.
Really, that's fantastic.
Somebody said, are they some of these planes going to try to chase it? I don't think so,
No.
because it's traveling at 1,700 miles an hour.
No, that's right. That's interesting.
But the airport's going to have a vendor out there, and they can accommodate a few people. But the airstrip is fenced in. You can't get out in there. You can't legally get out in there. And the rest of the property, most of it that's outside the fence, is planted in beans. They don't want you tramping through the soybeans. That's just like these farmers. They don't want their fields tore up. And some of them, we have caused this problem ourselves over the years, not respecting other people's property, trashing it when you go on it. And a lot of people just don't want you on there because then they have to go and clean up. Just look at what we have after Black Patch is over with. The Princeton Public Works works half the night trying to get the street cleaned up. And it is 99% of the time, it is totally cleaned and cleared before.
They do an unreal job.
But see, that costs the city money. These farmers, they would have to pay to have somebody go in there. So you just need to make sure you get permission before you get on the property.
And be respectful.
And be respectful to them. If you take it with you, bring it home with you. Or find a trash can to throw it in. The UK Extension Service is closing all their property. They don't want you on there. They've got crops all over there. They've got livestock in some of the fields, so you don't need to be going out there thinking you're going to be able to get on the property. The school board does not want you on their property for liability purposes. So
Hey,
you just
guess what? There's no clouds in the sky forecast. You might just be able to walk out and just look up wherever
Right.
you are.
That's there.
You know?
Yes. You may have the best viewing spot in your backyard or your neighbor's backyard.
I mean, all you got to do is be able to see the sun.
Right. So we just need to be respectful, everybody. Have a little patience. Enjoy it. Hopefully we won't have anything happen, but we are prepared, I think. You never know. You try your best to prepare for it. The city-county park is also there. I think they said they had like 80 parking places out there. You can go out to the city-county park if you want to need a viewing area.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, they are.
You might see a total eclipse in the park.
Right. Right. Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about some of our preparations. The Fredonia Fire Department, I talked with Tim Conway last night. They're going to have anywhere from 5 to 7 firefighters at their station at least 14 hours a day, starting this afternoon and running through Tuesday. They will be manning their station where if anything in that part of the county happens or if they need to help us in the other parts of the county. They have 2 sets of extrication tools where they can go in 2 different directions if need be. The Princeton Fire is going to have, starting this afternoon, or starting in the morning, I think it is, they're going to have 3 crews around the clock, 24 hours a day. They're going to have one 4-man crew at Blue Springs Church out by I-24. They're going to have 2 inside the city limits of Princeton. The city of Princeton actually has 4 sets of extrication tools. We will still have all our volunteers, but they are going to have manned crews through the eclipse, probably till Tuesday morning. Caldwell County EMS is going to have extra help coming in. They also have a Hummer, a military Hummer that's set up where they can take it down on the out through the fields if they need to, or through ditches or whatever. They'll have supplies in it. The Princeton Police Department is going to be fully staffed with extra people around the whole weekend, as well as the Sheriff's Office, the County Road Department, and Princeton Public Works. Talked with Jimmy Littlefield Tuesday, I think it was, and gave him some radios because a lot of times they rely on cell service, so we're going to make sure they've got an alternate way of communicating with some radios. But again, like the sheriff said, don't be trespassing. If you see somebody, we've seen some people that have blocked the entrance to their fields with big rolls of hay. if you see some type of barricade or tape up, don't take it down.
That's an indication probably to stay
Don't take it down. They're saying they don't want you in there, and please don't trespass and respect other people.
And it's probably best not to take the law in your own hands either if you see that. It might be good just to maybe, I mean, depending on the situation, I'm sure. I know you're thin, but you might politely ask somebody to,
Right.
be respectful. But, okay, quickly, I know we've got, you're extremely busy. Infrastructure-wise, we feel good about everything. I know everybody's concerned about cell service and that kind of thing. Of course, you all have access and should not have any more as far as emergency responders and things such as that, communication-wise. But for the average citizen, no way to really know that, is there?
No. Ham radio.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. And we encourage everyone to get. This might be a good plug for that too.
When everything else fails, ham radio, because
it does.
We're going to be transmitting on the local repeaters we've got.
And won't miss a lick.
No.
As long as we got power.
Right.
Yeah.
And they gave me a nice little tool to use this weekend over at Hopkinsville at the Regional Response Command Center moved in Wednesday. And they've got a new thing out that we can put it on one of our radios, hook it into the internet, and it goes to the cloud.
Huh.
And then on our computers, we've got a screen that has every agency that is operating for this eclipse in this area. And if we want to talk to them, even though we don't have the right communications frequency, we can punch on that screen. It's touch screen. You can punch on it, and it will connect you with them. If you need to talk to 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 at the same time, you can just select all of them, and you put them all in. That way, we can not only talk to them, we can monitor what's going on in the adjoining counties, because we're going to be monitoring Christian County
Right.
real close.
Yeah, I wondered about
we're going
that.
to be monitoring Lyon County real close. We're going to be monitoring Trigg County, Hopkins County. Every county that touches us, we're going to try to monitor them to see how they're doing.
And everybody's working together.
Right.
I know. So that's wonderful.
And one other thing, and then I'll shut up.
No, we want you here.
It's getting close to 8 o'clock, and we want to get DT and
We got a good show.
and
coming
Gator
up.
on there.
We got a
Yeah,
good show.
and you get several in there now.
We're having this big eclipse, but the Gator DT show continues to go.
But again, just enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun.
And we'll be around. The Emergency Operations Center, 911 Center will be fully staffed with 2 dispatchers around the clock. So
No worries about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I've been having fun with that one. Joey, thank you all. I know you have tirelessly been planning for
It's
a long
not just
time.
me.
No, I know.
There's all kind of people, and if I started naming names, I'd leave
Yeah, you
somebody
can't.
out, and then I'd hurt somebody's feelings.
No, this has been a tremendous effort on everybody's
I mean, we
part.
had like 5. There was 5 of us went out yesterday and spent all day long getting our mobile communication center set up out there.
Yes.
But we had other people doing other things. So if I start naming names, I'm going to hurt feelings.
I know. Don't do that. But just thank you all for what you've done. And
That is one other thing.
Yeah.
There was something that was really nice that I found out yesterday afternoon. We were talking with Brent. The Lion Baptist Association, the Caldwell Lion Baptist Association, brought these little gift packs for all the emergency responders, law, fire, EMS. And that was really, really appreciated by most of them.
Sure, that is a nice gesture, and we can't thank you enough. I gave them a shout out this morning, played a little song for them, and we want to thank all of our first responders and everyone that is working.
And Harold Riley and his group, they've got it planned down. And if something happens, it's not for not planning on it. They have tried every way in the world. And they've got contingency plans.
Yes.
They've got,
That's a nice event.
Hopefully people will come in and behave themselves. That's the unknown.
Sure.
But hopefully it's going to be a great weekend for everybody.
Awesome. Joey, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for the information. I know it makes everybody feel good that y'all are out there on it.
And you've said, and Jared said also, if we need to start getting information out to the public if something happens.
Sure.
The radio station is going to break into their programming, and they will be putting things out on the radio to give people directions. And also, the Times leader is going to use their fax news, email news, updates, where they can put stuff out to the general public.
Yeah, just tune in, and we're gonna be out at SoulQuest. I got a reporter out there all weekend. We'll be reporting back and forth and around town things that are going on. So, thank you, Joey. Thanks to everybody that is working hard to keep us all safe here in the county.
Have a good day.
All right, appreciate it. That's Joey McCaslin. He is our coordinator, emergency management coordinator for the Caldwell County, and giving us an update on the eclipse. You're listening to Tiger Talk. Stay tuned. It's the Tri-Cities Tiger Sports